Hello there, how's your day? I'm Ame Gakita. Alright, today we are going to talk about one specific Vocaloid music that actually got a hit in the YouTube in a way. I mean, like almost 30 million at the time of this recording in around 2-3 weeks time. Yeah, that's definitely a hit video in my sense. But the thing is, what actually got me in time about this song is that it's not just because V streamers recommend this song to me, but it's more towards the story behind the music. I'm actually very like, normally when you put up a music video along the line, you would definitely like understand that, oh, they are trying to tell a story. But what actually got me in tie into this story for this music is that the music lyric as well as the meaning, the hidden meaning behind the story, the music, the video, everything on its own is telling a very specific story, at least to me. But at the same time, when I look at quite a lot of people listen to a lot of people way of taking, even when I'm actually look through like a lot of the comment to understand both Japanese and English on when people do talk about it in a way, a lot of things that they actually do tell me about what is happening, and it's from the comment as well as of people telling it that give me a better understanding of, hey, maybe there is a story behind it that is very specific, but yet there is also many interpretation behind it. So we will be talking about the interpretation about the story as I move along. But there is another YouTuber called Udin-san who is also create a very interesting take about, I believe it's her take about the song, and I will also use some of her way, because I have watched it and I feel like yes, she does have a point in some of the thing, and I will be using a few of them. So if you guys want to know more about her point of view, I will put up the video in the link description below so you guys can check it out later on. But then again, do you understand that, well, some of my point can be taken from her. There are a few more points that I'll be adding in, because this is actually a Japanese, I believe it's creating bit with the Japanese mindset in mind, and due to that I am going to use quite of a few real life Japanese scenario in the story so that we'll have a better understanding of what the actual story may be telling. But then again, there is no true interpretation to the music unless the author or the creator come out and state that. But from what I'm seeing, I see quite a lot of situations that tend to be like, can be interpreted in many ways. I mean, like, this is the thing that this is really a moment when this is a coin. The coin with the head and the tail itself, as well as the many side to it. And this is really something that got me very interested about this music. Not only is the music nice, but it's also very interesting. So I'm actually very thankful for Rizi-san for recommending this song, because I wasn't aware of this song. Even if it get like one of the trending song, I will not even be aware of this song anytime soon. So thank you, Rizi-san. So anyway, with that being said, let's start out the story about the whole situation. So we have Miku and Teto, both Vocaloid members, and in this case, it's actually very interesting to see that Miku is in blue color, while Teto is represented by her own hair color and her pants, which is basically red. Anyone who know very well that Miku can be representative of green color or blue color, but due to that, AOE in itself can also mean blue in Japanese. So it's actually very interesting that the green in Chinese is also mean in blue in Japanese apparently. So with that being said, I'm actually very in time to know when actually Udin-san point out the red pill and the blue pill. So what is the red pill, blue pill? We all know very well that this is based on the 1999 The Matrix movie, and it's based on the red pill, blue pill, where blue pill is basically that you are constant with your own life, whereas the red pill is telling that you there is something that is potential dangerous, or there may be some truth that you want people to take note. So it's very interesting that because of this blue pill, red pill situation, as the story go by, there is hint of Miku breaking down, whereas Teto is realizing the truth of that. And what actually make it even more interesting is that both of them are wearing fast food uniform. Anyone who go and search up fast food uniform will realize that the uniform that they are wearing is very, very similar, because normally when you go to a fast food restaurant, they will have some sort of uniform meant for the members to wear. And what Miku and Teto is wearing is technically a fast food type restaurant. So that kind of uniform. So even if you do search it up in Japanese, it is the same, as many of the fast food restaurant in Japan is based off America. So it is not uncommon to see Japanese people wearing fast food restaurant uniform that is similar to the America counterpart, because it is origin from America. So if you see like there is a similarity, yes, you will notice that there is the straight stripe kind of shirt, whereas the female version will be wearing a skirt, while the male one will be wearing a pants. And I'm not sure, is it really like based on the idea that they are using McDonald's as the baseline because of the yellow glove in a way, but I noticed that it may be a fast food. So I believe that using like some sort of simple fast food restaurant would be easier for us to take note. Oh, they are working for a fast food restaurant. It's like in your first mind would be like, oh, fast food restaurant, they are employees of fast food restaurant. And one of the things that actually got me into in time is that, well, this does not represent McDonald's. What I'm believing is that when both of them join the fast food restaurant they are working for, there is something we have to address in Japan, and there is a lot of people, I believe many people are aware, is about the black company. Japanese black company is actually a thing that is happening in Japan, and is how, like, there is article about people talking about it, like how Japanese firm doing a lot of serious thing, and there is like rule indication what make a black company. So I'll put up this article for you guys to check it out, and you guys can take note, because there is quite a few points that we'll be using as we go along with the music. So with that, we now know very well that Miku and Teto is working for a fast food restaurant, and they are dancing in union, they are having fun, like they are smiling in a way. It's something typical of a fast food restaurant, the smile. However, in fast food restaurant in Japan as well as in Singapore, I know full well that the number one thing they will actually make you do is be happy. Because the thing is, like, you do not want to be sad, you do not want to be angry, because it will affect the customer mood, and if the customer see you unhappy, they may end up being unhappy. So often more than not, the number one thing you have to do as employees of a fast food restaurant is you have to smile, you have to be happy. So this is something that is shown in the start of the music. It's not wrong. They are dancing. I'm gonna mute the music. You guys have. I'm sorry that I do not want to get copyright strike due to safety reason, but you guys can take a look and listen to the music with the link description in the. I'll put up the link to this video in the description below. But notice that they are both really dancing in union in a way that they are having fun along the way. So that's proof that they are working for a fast food restaurant, and they are supposed to be working happily. Now here's when things start going south, where a lot of people didn't notice it, and it's really like the music is like Mesmerizer, which basically is hypnotizing you, or is so nice to the point that you find the music is so damn nice, hit you like a truck or whatsoever, and you love the music to the point that, hey, I'm gonna listen to music without looking at the sign. And we will go back to that small little sign and the behavior of as a viewer that we tend to overlook, and that is something that is really got me thinking about the story behind this whole thing. So the story starts from that they are dancing in union, and when Miku start asking like the issue with working in the restaurant, I mean, like, in a way she does say that, hey, like the safety zone is shrinking along the line or whatsoever. It's like when you notice the way she point out the issue, like pretending not to notice along the line, or do not think about real feeling along the line. Like, this is something that you only see in one specific place. And again, like I mentioned, it's not in fast food restaurant, but basically the behavior of a black company. I work over so basically I do not have a break, and most of them 10 minutes of the time. I never get reimbursement. There's no social insurance whatsoever. I convert my all these things. It's like basically when a company tell you to do they are technically one of the things that a lot of people did not aware is that basically like abuse of power and sexual harassment is very common along the line, brainwashing along the line. So basically what the story is telling that Miku is learning about the rule of working for that fast food restaurant, and in that moment she is feeling uncomfortable about it, and yet again like the blue pill, she is escaping from it. Anyone who know very well the red blue pill is that taking the blue pill is mean that you're gonna escape from it. There is a form of escapism in the whole story. So obviously in this point we know very well that Miku is escaping from this situation, because it's not about like, hey, pretending not to, yes, she is feeling problematic about it, but again, what makes it even more interesting is that Teto was the one who recommended for the ultimate escape, which Miku was confused, but she accepted it. So it's actually kind of interesting that Teto was the one who recommended it, and yet as the story go by, she kind of like saying that, hey, you can still be safe along the line. But as things go and they kind of like understand and they continue working and pondering about the whole situation along the line, it's really kind of make you wonder like, why can't we live normal in this world? This is a very iffy question that we tend to overlook, because when you actually think about it, right, this is a very real scenario that is happening in real life, where sometimes have you ever wondered like, hey, it's normal to go and work or create work for a company or create a shop and work and for money along the line? This is basically telling us that sometimes when you are working, you're gonna be busy thinking about all the minor detail apparently. So when you are working, obviously you will be distracted of not thinking of too much everything. You are working as per normal, and that is considered the norm in this world. Because if you're not working, people will bash you for it because you're not working, because you're not bringing the money into the house along the line. And even if you do work, you'll be stuck to do that work for almost the rest of your life. And even if you change job, you're still technically going to find a job. You are still technically going to think that, hey, I need to make money. And that is why one of the lyrics in the song is that you can give a fiddle cry such a shameful conduct. It showed one thing. It proved my point that if you don't do as what people say, even if you cry about it, people will take it that you are in the wrong. So it's really something that the lyric is pointing out this such thing, and which the reason why as the time go by, they actually say that perhaps pretending not to know anything is that you have to accept the norm. And one of the song lyrics that caught me off guard was that you're tailored for this era. You're tailored for this era, which proved one of my theory about this current world is that if you guys think about it and sit down and understand, when you go to school, is it a norm that every teacher have to give you a homework and that you have to bring the homework home to do it, ensuring that once you finish it, you go back and do it? No, think about it. Have many people ever think about bringing their own job or work? If you're working in the office, have you ever think like, hey, maybe I can do this at home? Or hey, maybe if I want to improve myself at home along the line. So it's like, have you ever think like it's like you're bringing your job back home even though you're even if you are not working anymore. So there are cases where people say, hey, job is job, rest is rest. But the thing is, right, there is a group of people who can be called overworking or workaholic along the line. That is what Miku is representing in this case. And that it's really like she think that, oh, everything is what this is what the norm is. So even when Teto is the one indicating that you can escape from every single thing, you don't think about this situation, but when working is distracting you from every single thing that is making you uncomfortable, you will continue to work without thinking, and that is when you finally fall for the brainwashing or the or basically you being hazed by the company in a way. So that's basically what the meaning of the song, Mesmerizer. You are being hypnotized, and it's really something that like Udin-san did highlight about mental health, and I do agree with her. Mental health is something that start out in this social media that or this social world or whatever you want to call it, is that people are not aware of them having mental issue. When you think about it carefully, so when you are thinking about money, you are stressed about money, you get a little bit of stress. Stress is a mental health issue. When you're thinking about work, you're stressing about the deadline, you are stressing about whether you are going to have a lot of customer. You're going to be stressed that you're not going to get a complaint for customer. You're going to be stressed about not having a bad customer. You will have that form of stress. That is what Miku is forming, and that is something that Teto later on did highlight that we need help. Interestingly, that like Miku, look at the hand sign both of Miku and Teto in a way, is that Miku is praying for help while Teto is asking for help. If anyone will know very well that this is a very good moment of using hand sign language to indicate things sometimes, and this really is the start of the hint when everything start happening, because Teto is asking for help now, even when she is like saying like we have to like there is a way of escape, we can leave the company along the line, but if we continue to stay on, what can we do about it? Can we just pray for a better tomorrow, or will we ask for help to get us out of this whole situation? And in this case, what Miku did is just basically praying for it. That hand sign is meaning that she is praying for help, whereas that tone is indicating the help sign, help me, that sign. And that is something that I find it very interesting, that when I saw it, I was wondering why that Pacific sign, why help me? And as I look, and I thought I was the one who mislooked it until when a lot of people actually pointing it out in the comment that people notice it. And what even got me why I was thinking about this may be a job is that this person indicate Miku 仕事を真面目に全力でこなす人 whereas Teto is 仕事を適当によりよくこなす人. So basically what this actually means is that Miku is the one being serious about the whole job and she is praying for the better tomorrow, whereas Teto is working as per what she feels is enough and that she feels that is something wrong and she is requesting for help. And this is one of the reasons why I feel like, hey, there is some sort of mental health issue. Is basically, yes, Miku is asking for help, but she is only praying for it. She is not requesting for it, whereas Teton is hinting at it. But yeah, at the same time, they still end up working for the work. They continue to work as per normal, as if it's fine. And this is something that I feel like it should be like highlight on, even in the VTuber community or YouTuber community, or even in real life whatsoever, is that sometimes people tend to hide their suffering within their heart, within their mind, within everything. They do not think about it. And that is one of the reasons why when they say focus, the thing about focus on that point is that something like even when people hinting about asking for help, a lot of people will not notice the help until when it's too late. And the word too late will be hunting in the back of the story, the ending of this music video. And it's really something that really got me in time to know more, as both Miku and Teton do as per what they do as per normal, which is basically working for the company, learning the rope, and again the music line, you are tailor-made for this era. Basically in this era, we are all being tailor-made to work, give the money to the taxes, give the money for the bill, use the bit whatever leftover money to live what you can, eat whatever you can, and live per normal. And this is something that have been that I feel that is a lot that need to be addressed, is that there are people who are talented in doing other stuff or the ability to become something even more. But yet, in this era, there is no such thing of everyone can be something. It is basically everyone is being forced to do the same thing. We are all just a gear, a normal same gear that is living normally. And basically, these two Vocaloid who is working for a fast food restaurant is now being forced to go through a very, very dark side of understanding a lot of things. So basically what this whole situation actually kind of made me really want to, I mean, like, yes, as more of them starting to do a lot of dancing and learning the role, and they seems to be showing, it's just a facade, it's just a mask, it's just acting. There's nothing, everything about it. Even like, and this is one of the reasons why with an appearance of vulneration, like even if you feel bad or even if you feel weak, as long as you work as per normal, as long as you are living, you will still work as per normal. And it's kind of interestingly that in this video, at this point, Miku is dancing as per normal, what as her starting video, the starting opening is, but yet yet from this end, when Teto is the one doing the dancing, she dances as per normal, yet she is showing that she is falling, which means that the lyric of that is that your duality won away. It's something that I feel like a lot of people will notice that when you work, this is called, or when you're doing something, this is really the word called burnout. If you go and search out burnout in Twitter, even if you search out the word burnout, the burnout is basically a form of facade, exhaustion, and you're feeling that there is too much emotion, physical, or like everything is just affecting you in a negative way. And this is something that the video is showing. And what a lot of people is not aware is that burnout can affect your mental health. There is mental facade to it. There is a form of mental health issue on it. So when people feel burnout, what is the best way to do? You move away, you recover, build up your durability back, and continue if you feel like it, or maybe move to a greener passion. So at the end of the time, sometimes like dodging matter in front of you, or you got your hand full just from living along the line. Like this is one of the things that this social world is having an issue, is that you don't think. There is sign of people asking for help all over the world. Even when people is dropping hint, even when people is pointing things out, even when people is really showing sign on their face whatsoever, do people care? No. Even when people are praying for it, like at the start when Miku is praying for help, even when Teto is requesting for help, they are not receiving the help over it. And the thing got worse when there is the quiz time. And what makes it even interestingly is that the quiz time, HEL and P, they are there. It's basically requesting help. And now look at Teto's hand. Right after the P, she has shown a hand called "Come and help me." That's basically "Come and help me. I need help." So when you show that hand sign, it's really interestingly that, hey, the quiz is showing something, and yet she is requesting for help. So what is quiz time at this point of time? Well, the interesting thing that made me really wonder is that, like a company, normally you have to go through training, but at this point of time, what I feel like they are being gone through a brainwashing. And in this case, it's something that I feel that it should be an address, and this is something that can be very, very, very dangerous. But at the same time, as Udin-san kind of point out in her video, which is technically interestingly like about how, like she had mentioned about help in a way. Let's just let this commercial end in a way. But then again, I mean, like when she highlight about how there is like Japanese sign of showing like there's required for help along the line. But the thing is, right, as you realize the whole situation, the quiz time is basically dropping hint. It can be taken two ways. In Udin-san, she point out that they are requesting for help, but I look it a little bit different. Quiz time can be taken that both of them are going through the training phase, again, like I mentioned, the brain, like that training session, we can be use what can be considered brainwashing and hazing. So this is what I believe. The quiz time is the brainwasher. They are going through the training period. So when they start, they have fun because they realize that they managed to get in the job they feel is a thing. But as Miku realized there is something wrong with the job she's doing, she questioned it. But yet, Teto did say that, hey, maybe it's considered normal, we should see how it goes. And as time goes by, as they learn the role and everything, they realize there is some issue that even Teto couldn't override, and the song lyric, your duality won away. And then right, and again I mentioned why I say quiz time is considered the brainwasher. Why is it considered the training session of a black company? And take note, right after the end of this part of the song is when they do the hypnotized song. You are getting sleepy, a solo hypnosis, your head, your body became muffled. No way, so many tricks. Swing a coin, and you became completely still. This is fine. Even if you can be called into shutdown. Notice that as she slowly, her eyes slowly turned dark, due to the point of having hypnotized. Take note about this interesting point. As actually highlighted by Udin-san that there is a difference between Teto and Miku, which is basically the frame and body shaking. The sky changed, meaning that the time for them to become hypnotized. Miku got hypnotized and not Teto, and the sound effect show that Teto is kind of like having some sort of protection for herself, whereas Miku just go along with the flow. And this is really something that, again, back to the red and the blue pill, which is basically that Miku have accept the so-called reality, whereas Teto is learning the potential of the truth of the company, and that is where me and Udin-san kind of like split a little bit on that part, because again, well, she mentioned about the red pill, blue pill. The red pill, blue pill in this scenario do showcase that I believe is that Miku finally accept the brainwashing. She accept that she is gonna brainwash and she let it be. Whereas Teto question every single thing and her face showing the motion of that, hey, this doesn't seem right. And this is really something that, yes, is affecting her mental health, because she is showing a facade face. She's showing the burnout face. She is getting stressed. And that, in a way, got her horrified about this whole situation. Yet, notice that Miku is showing a blank face. When Miku showing a blank face, it just proves that, hey, she had accepted, she had been completely brainwashed, whereas Teto is questioning and wondering why is she still in this place. But why and a lot of people will say, why did she not choose to escape? Why do she? I mean, like, she's aware of the horror of the truth of the company. Why is she not leaving? She got a choice. Now, we can take it that Miku, she is looking out for Miku in a way, but when you look at the way Miku is doing as per normal, even if it's unrewarding, take note. Even if it's unrewarding every single day, something that I work overtime, but overtime pay is never pay. It's usual to work more than 80 hours overtime per month. I don't have break, at most 10 minutes per day. I work on my day off. Actually, I'm not even sure when my day off are. It means that there is no form of reward despite every single thing. Even if there is no pay time off system, or you are never allowed, I'll never get reimbursement for expenses. They are totally not being rewarded for the things they do, and this is something that is very considered a very dangerous thing, and that is basically what make Teto questioning why is Miku living as per normal, whereas she is showing sign of concern. And this is when a lot I will agree with Udin-san is that Teto is showing sign of concern, whereas Miku is living normal. And this is something that we have to address, that while Miku is dancing as per normal, Teto is questioning the situation, and she is looking directly at Miku as if like she is trying to look out for her. And as she doing her dance, you notice that she is not making any mistake as the normal dance. She is doing as what the dance is supposed to be. And that is when when as time pass by, as time will go on, sometimes it won't take long for a person to realize the horror. She has shown sign of asking for help. She has shown sign of requesting for help. And at the end of the moment, Miku finally snapped. And that frightened Teto. So the thing is, right, it's really something that, this is something that we should all know, is that sometimes behind a mask, we won't know the truth until it's too late. And in this case, it's already too late for Miku in a way, because basically it's like, if you take a look, why is it not a puppet? At least if you save the person out, if they became lifeless, you can still add in life to it. But that what she is depicting amazingly is that she is showing a zombie-like face. Or maybe in some people, some people will just say that, oh, maybe it's just some sort of like cult-like behavior along the line, which is possible, because in a way it means that there is someone is taking a mind control over the person in no matter what, so it is a possibility. But take note that again, like I mentioned, she's showing sign of a zombie, like her tongue is leaking out, she's showing sharp teeth. That alone can show that when she dance, she is not dancing as what the music is supposed to show. It's not the right choreography. And what makes it even more funny is that her lyric in English or even in the Japanese, it's actually all gibberish. So when she finally show and break down, you will notice that the blah 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 blah, even though the word is called with an appearance of vulnerability, the same lyric song that she said is that she is now fallen into the deep abyss. And this is really something that Teto is frightened to know. And actually a lot of people need to understand why all the colorful what is up with the colorful confetti along the line and not much at the start, is that if you take note at the start, well, they do show quite a few. Even when they are so-called training, there are still a few of them. But why this time there's a lot of it? Well, when there's a grand opening, there is a form of confetti in a way where people will go and pop those confetti and say congratulations. So if we think that, it can be saying that they have finally become full employees, and it can be mean that they have been celebrated by people. And this is really something that a lot of people need to understand, that when this is being done by a lot of black companies, is that once you became full-fledged of the company and they successfully brainwash you, they will give you the so-called reward, which is basically just congratulations, one word, handshake, that's all. There is no gift, there is no whatsoever, it's just congratulations, omedetou. And they will just say it on-stop to the point that you feel happy about it. And this is the reason why I feel like the confetti is showing that specific sign. It's really telling the truth about, hey, maybe they are at this point, they have right after they became they did the training, and after they feel everything, Miku is showing the sign that she is happy that she became a full-fledged, whereas Teto is still questioning it. So if you notice it, that the moment when she's showing, like, don't look at the focus, but look at Miku's face. Teto will be showing her sign of she's monitoring Miku, and Miku is showing like it's normal. But yet, when she showed that she is happy, she showed the sign of she has snapped. And this is something that in real life, when a person finally reached the breaking point, this is what happened. There is something in Chinese called 神经线, which basically means the mental string. And once you snap it, you basically lost it. And this is basically what it means in this case. She has finally lost it. And the horrific of Teto's face is that she can't help it. It's really sad. But But again, this is a very catchy song, and yet the story is very, very sad. And yet, what do Teto do? The thing is, right, about Black Company, you can't leave. I was told to quit the company around about where you may not be cut out, or I can't quit the job. I can't quit the job. Even if I say I'm going to quit, I will be threatened that I will have to pay damage for quitting. Notice, this is a line. This is a thing in a Black company. And take note that because she can't quit, even though when Miku is dancing in the most heretical way, she dances as per normal. She is working as per usual. And notice that she is doing as per what she is being told. And this is something that even though she realized that it is not a good thing, she had finally fallen into the trap of the Black company. And this is something that, if you take note, there is a lot of happy face. I know some people are saying, oh, he just waved, but take note that why Pacific look like happy face all around. It's back to the point of when saying, oh, everyone is happy for you. Even if you are snapped, even if you are suffering, people are happy for you, apparently. So this is really something that is very, very dark. And the worst part is, when they finally fallen to the deep depth, Miku has shown herself to be a full. She's already showing a cult-like behavior, whereas Teto has shown the sign, like her skin, like if you notice, the skin is not that pale. There is sign of life. Yes, she is now showing facade, which means that she have finally lost, technically the word called talent. She have finally lost. It won't be long before she finally lost it, and that is when she may end up similar as Miku. But anyway, this is just basically all my speculative thought, just my random chat. It's just, I mean, if you guys got your own idea, your own view, right in the comment below, we can discuss it further. But then again, this is something that I just giving out my 2 cents, looking based on every single point, every single video that I know and understanding from every single thing. But if you feel like I may be right, just give it a thumbs up, press the like button, and maybe subscribe for more random chat. But then again, if you got your own views, again, like I mentioned, right in the comment below, we can discuss further. But till then, I hope you guys have a nice day or night. Bye.